I'm coming back. God damn it.
Okay, I think I'm ready. All right.
Go ahead.
I think it depends on.
Chief, sit your ass down. This is a production. You know what? God damn it.
I
I
had to
think
turn the
it.
ceiling fan on, bro. It's hot in here. This ring light hot than a mother. Cool out.
My bad. Go ahead, Alex.
I think it depends on the circle. Within every group, I think there's a leader. I think depending on who they're around, roles can change. I've noticed in friend groups there are always leaders in that, and you can have a group of quote unquote beta, but out of that group, someone is the lead. Someone is the lead of the friend group in a pack of or a group of males. When I think about in relation to their partners, like in an intimate relationship, I do think a lot of men are beta. I really just think it depends on the circle and the situation that they're placed in as a whole.
Alex, are most men actually beta males?
Yes, Hamp.
Okay. But you're saying circumstances can change, right?
Yes.
But if somebody's beta in one instance, they can be alpha in another, you think?
I think so. I think among the group, right? If you have a group of individuals, someone is naturally going to become the leader. They're naturally going to be the alpha of the group. Now, they may not be the best leader. It may not be a group of strong candidates, but in comparison to the rest of them, they are the lead of the individuals that they are around.
But with that automatically makes the other men in that group beta?
Compared to the other ones, I would say yes.
Oh, if somebody's the leader because of the circumstance, like for instance, on our flag football team, Chief was the leader of our flag football team. He was the captain. He put everything together. So you're saying in that instance, as in hypothetical, I would be constituted as a beta in that instance?
Y'all can't be the leader on the team.
But are you saying the only way you qualify as a beta is to be our alpha is to be the leader in that circumstance?
In that example, I would say yes. That's what I'm saying. I think it can change depending on the scenario and the setting that you're
in. So you're saying it's like a pack of lions then?
That's how I think about it, yeah. Or wolves would be better off.
Well, there's more than one male wolf, though, in that pack. I'm saying lions because there's only one male, period. So I guess wolves might be
But out of the wolves, you have multiple males, right? But one of them is the leader of the pack.
Okay. Cool. Asia, what you think?
Absolutely. Are most men actually beta males? Absolutely. I think, and I've said this months ago, there's a lot of beta males dressed up in alpha clothes. And the problem is that a lot of men think they're betas. I think they're alpha, but they're really beta. They don't even know what an alpha is. And so they put on this false bravado. They put on this a lot of machismo. They overcompensate by the toxic masculinity behaviors that we discussed before. And they're really betas. And I won't even blame them. I blame the forefathers because a lot of men don't know how to be alphas. They weren't raised. They don't know how to be an alpha. They don't even know what alpha is. Some men think alpha is exerting a lot of power over someone. It's not an alpha. Alpha male comes naturally. You don't have to be a brute. You don't have to exert brute force. You don't have to lord your power over people to be an alpha. I was in a group of men one day, and they were all different types of Africans. And the one, he didn't even speak much, but his pure presence, I said, he's the leader. He didn't even speak at all. A lot of different men talking, trying to have this false bravado, trying to bag different girls, talking about who has more, who has this, who has that. I saw him, and his pure presence exuded as the leader and the alpha.
How do you make them beta? Like, what makes them? How do you know they're faking and they're betas if they do have all these traits? You like, how are you constituting them as beta?
So there's no need to brag or convince someone else you're an alpha. If you have to convince someone you're an alpha, you're probably not an alpha.
So bragging makes you beta?
Yes, just be you. Your sheer existence Your sheer presence exudes something. No matter who you are and what you are, your energy exudes in the room or wherever you're at. And so you may have a lot of men that may have maybe material things. That does not make you an alpha.
Mm-hmm.
You may have a lot of men that, like you said earlier, bag a bunch of girls. That does not make you an alpha.
Chief said.
Thank you. Chief, I'm agreeing with Chief. That doesn't make you an alpha. And so, you have a bunch of men in different rooms bragging about, I had her, I had hundreds, I had this. You're a pure beta because you identify and your manlyhood is identified by things that are aberrations.
So can you be broke and be an alpha?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So you have to have.
Wait, let me ask you this: broke in what way? Because I'm thinking broken spirit, not broken money. So
like money. I didn't say broke.
Yeah, I get it. So if you don't have a lot of money compared to the next, you can still be an alpha. Absolutely.
No, like you actually broke.
Well, broke is relative, Hamp, because if I'm comparing myself to someone,
$30,000 is broke. Go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you. You gave me a point of reference.
All right, go ahead.
You can still be an alpha. You can be an alpha in your family because people fall on hard times, right? And so maybe anything could have happened. So if I'm looking at this static point in time, and this man is making $30,000 a year because something unfortunate happened, he can still be an alpha in how he carries himself. But you better believe a year from now, 6 months from now, he's going to be back on top financially. But also the alpha is also in your spirit. It's not just monetary. You got a lot of betas with a lot of money and they want to throw their money around. So it's not
just so I'm clear, you're saying if you brag, if you're braggadocious, if you have and you flaunt it, those things make you a beta male?
That makes me look at you and question, you must be a beta. Because if you have what you say you have, there's no need to brag and be braggadocious and lord it over people. You just exist. Just be.
Okay.
I got money.
What if they say he has it and then but what if he has it and then actually has it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
What if he says he has it and then he also actually has it? But you're saying if you brag about it, that makes you a beta?
Right. So why is he saying it? Like, if you got it, just exist. You don't have to sit there and brag like, I got $10 million in the bank. Are you trying to convince me or you? Are you trying to put that in the forefront because you have nothing else going for you? You see what I'm saying? Like, you have nothing else going for you, but you put in the forefront, I got $10 million in the bank. Who are you? Because when that money goes away, then who are you? That's why niggas be sitting there, be ending themselves, because who they put themselves or what they put themselves behind is gone. You have to know who you are and what you actually stand for.
All right, that's fair. I mean, I don't know if it's fair, but I understand your point.
Thank you.
Can I
Eric was good. Go ahead. And then
so I'm listening and we're correlating beta and alpha to leaders and followers. So let me get Webster's definition, right?
Yep.
So the book says having the highest rank or dominance in hierarchy, this is alpha obviously, or being the most dominant, powerful, or assertive person in a particular group. When I look up beta, all it says is the second highest grade or mark, and everything else is relative to astronomy. But under alpha, it says also see alpha male, but beta doesn't say also see beta male. So it's interesting the dynamics of it, because beta is not attributed to man. It's more astrology. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, I thought that was pretty interesting to me.
No, that is interesting. Do you think that we maybe use it as a how you say it, colloquially kind of?
Well, I mean, because it is second, so beta would definitely come after alpha. Alpha in the Greek is alpha is first and beta second. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it came from. But I just wanted to see if the dictionary labeled it as we kind of portray it to be, because it doesn't have any beta in regards to what this is saying. Doesn't have any humanistic qualities to it, but alpha does.
Yeah. So I think it is something. I think it is something that was generated maybe by YouTube almost, right? The conversations that happened. But people understand what we mean by it. So I think it applies, even though Webster didn't quite catch up to YouTube yet, I guess. But it's interesting though how it defines alpha. That's interesting.
Being the most dominant, powerful, or assertive person in a particular group.
Okay.
So it does sound like it also could be circumstantial, like, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Depending upon the environment and where you are. So like if I'm coming to for example, if I'm coming around your way, Hamp, I'm letting you lead the way. So in that moment, you represent the alpha. You come around my way, the roles reverse, you know what I'm saying? But so I guess it's circumstantial.
Mm-hmm. And but I think that if you come around my way or vice versa, we also have to be capable of leading it, right?
True. Very true.
Okay.